Hey, what's going on, TikTokers? How you doing, Moni? I hope everybody's well. Let me get my my stuff up real quick. Right. Hey. Oh, thank you. Miss VA Booty Nuts. I hope. Okay, thank you. I'm not gonna say no more. Okay, hi, Jody. Hey, Aries the Scorpio. Hello, Miss Angela Chambers. Good question. I know you're asking already. Let me make sure my folks are here. Hey, y'all. Hey, Chantella. Hey, Dwight. Hey, Dana. Brenaya, Genteria. What's up, Genteria? Lachelle, Lisa, Bree. Man, I appreciate y'all being here very, very much. And you guys too. I'm telling y'all, I'll be out here finding this money, okay? So whichever way or whatever programs they got, y'all know I'm going to tell y'all all about it. So thank y'all again for being here. Y'all know I don't like to keep you long, but I know everybody is asking about the voucher program. That seems like what everybody seems to be into. Hey, Trayvon Biggs. Okay. So y'all asking about the voucher program. So we can go ahead on and get into that really quick. So I don't know how many of you have been invited already. Well, first, let me ask, can y'all hear me? Hey, James. Hey, Natasha. Thank you, Dwight. I wore this to work today. I appreciate it. Well, to my office. So thank you. So y'all can hear me, right? And that's right. Chantella says, y'all tap and share, tag somebody, introduce me to somebody new, because I am sure somebody has questions. Let me move this. I'm sure somebody has questions and I should be able to answer it. So, okay. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you, Alexis, for letting me know you can hear me. I ain't answering no calls right now. So, all right. So let's get into the emergency housing vouchers. Okay. And you guys on TikTok, if you're not people that follow me already, please do. I don't dance on there. I don't do none of that stuff. I wish I could, but this is all stuff that you could use. So if you want info that you can use, I'm the person you want to follow. All right. Okay. Emergency housing voucher. Okay. Started by HUD. They work in conjunction with your local housing authority. So whomever you go to for Section 8, whoever you go to for HUD or any type of housing program in your area, that is who you're going to contact if you have not been contacted to about taking advantage of the program. Star Belina Ryan. I'm going to wait because I don't know if this is for real or not. So give me a second to do my question and then I'm going to invite people to come on. Okay. So my thoughts. First of all, it's only 72,000 of these are going to be available. So they're going to go fast. I have made a longer video on YouTube. So if you want to watch, I go over some frequently asked questions on there, some stuff y'all probably want to know before. But certain cities are 1,200 or 2,000 of these. So it's not going to be a whole lot. So if you want to get on the program, you need to contact your local housing office, your local housing authority, whomever. If you do contact them and they tell you, I haven't heard of the program, which I know is a lie, you can go to the HUD Exchange. Okay, I'm gonna try to write this down, but it's the HUD Exchange, like exchange. Okay, and the HUD Exchange lists who in your state they gave the money to. For example, someone called me today. She lives in Miami. We looked up on the HUD Exchange to see who HUD gave money to in Miami. And we found those individuals and now calling them to see if she can get put on the program that way instead of going through the housing authority. Okay. Y'all saying it's freezing, so let me check. All right. Go live, right? Stuff, anything that can happen tries to happen, but we just got to keep it moving. So we're going to keep it moving. All right, but I want to make sure you guys are there. Okay, Love Rhodey, am I back? Can you hear me? Okay, thank y'all for following me. I appreciate that. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me because I don't see anything. So I'm going to go here on TikTok and answer some questions while my my Facebook and my YouTube people come back. Hey, okay, good. Thank y'all. All right. All right, so let me run through. So you can call the local housing authority, or you can go through a homeless housing provider. There's homeless nonprofits everywhere in your area. If you have them in your area, you can always call them and ask them about the emergency housing voucher. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that I noticed. When programs come out, they hide it, okay? They don't like to let everybody know because they go like this. So I find them before y'all know about it so that y'all have a chance to get on top of these people so they can't be trying to give you no BS, okay? I list the links for y'all so y'all can go and look because I know that they're gonna make stuff, well, at least they try to make stuff difficult, okay? So that is where you go to get the voucher. It's not anything that you can put yourself on unless you go through one of those, one of those contacts and get put on the list because they don't try to put you on their own. Okay, so that is how you're gonna get on it. So Angela Chamber, I hope I answered that question. Hey Constance, hey Mahogany, hey Love. Oh, Jet to May. I guess that's how you say your name. I answered your question in video today, so you should have got it already. Another thing, before I move on. I am getting a lot of people contacting me and I love it and I appreciate it because I want to help as many people in this world that I can. But you guys have to realize that I cannot, especially you guys that are watching me from Facebook, I cannot just go in my messenger like I used to because now your messages get pushed down by a whole bunch of new people. Same for Instagram, TikTok, I don't even message on there. So if I send you a link and tell you you have to click the link to ask me a question, you just have to click the link to ask me a question, or you got to watch me live because I can't always get to everybody one-on-one. Now, if you're a customer of mine, I do your taxes, I set up your business, I fix your credit or whatever, you have a text number that you can text me on, then I'm separating a text number for my clients and a general text number for other people. If you want to subscribe to keep up with what's going on, I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So y'all bear with me. And I'm sorry if some of y'all may not like how it's going now, but that's how it is as you get bigger. Okay. So in order for me to help everybody, I got to find a way to make this work. Okay. Because I'm up all night reading. Okay. Reading. So I can bring out something new to y'all. So y'all work with me. Okay. All right. So somebody asked about what happens if your landlord refuses the assistance. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all what happens. And thank you, Jason. And you can type the question, Jason, I'll answer it. Okay, so if your landlord refuses the assistance, now this is what y'all might not know, and your landlord may not know this either. I also did a video of this on my YouTube. If your landlord agrees to take the money, the 3-month, the emergency rental assistance, if they choose to take the emergency rental assistance, the government wants them to not put you out for an additional 90 days going forward. So if they get a emergency rental assistance in January, that covers your back rent from October, November, December, the government says, well, if we gave you these 3 months, we don't want to hear you putting this person out until January, February, March. They want them to wait another 3 months. But by then, if you haven't gotten a job, you probably got more assistance. If you got more assistance, the 3 months keeps getting pushed out. Okay. So I'm telling you guys this in case you have an issue with your landlord, because your landlord may not read the fine print. And a lot of y'all don't care to read it because all y'all want is them to give you the money so you can pay them the rent. Okay. But if they take the money, they are expected to not give you any problems with rent, evicting you, or anything for an additional 3 months in the future. Okay. 3 months ahead. All right. So I hope y'all follow that. So I now know why some landlords don't want to take your emergency rental assistance money, because if they do, they know they're going to be stuck with you longer than they wanted to. And a lot of times they just want y'all to go. Okay. So I hope that answers some people's question of why they're not taking that money. And that is why. That's why they don't want to take it at all. Okay. All right. Angelica says, I received a letter from Biden. It was dated the 6th of May. Does that mean I'm getting money? All right. So anybody who got a letter from the president talking about your children, talking about the child tax credit, that is your proof that you are already going to receive your advance payments. You, Angelica, or whomever else, you do not have to go into the portal to do anything. But listen to Shamika now. If you did get that letter, do not just trust that they did the right thing. If you have an opportunity to log into the portal just to look at your information, please do so. It doesn't hurt, okay? And for those of you that are waiting, because I know a lot of people say, well, it's not time yet for me to log in the portal because they haven't put on the portal where you can update your address yet, or where you can add or delete children. Go to the portal now, people, and register with ID Me. The reason I'm telling you to do that is because if you have any issue with ID Me, you can barely get them on the phone. You can't call IRS. So if you get on top of it now, you may have an opportunity to fix your identification issue. Because if you cannot fix your identification issues, you will not get the advance payment. Okay. So I'm gonna say it again. If you have identity issues, meaning you got a letter in the mail saying we can't process your tax return or your tax refund because we need to verify your identity, or if you go to ID Me on the portal right now on the IRS website, if you go there and you try to register yourself and you have an issue, you may not get a check if you don't fix it. So please try when we get off this live, or if y'all on a phone and you got a computer, go on there now and try to fix it so that you can get your money. Okay. All right. All right. Let me keep going. So I'm just pretty much going to answer questions tonight because I think I'm all videoed out. And most of this stuff is right here, so I can just talk off it for verbatim so y'all can shoot the questions and I'm just going to answer. All right. Jason says, I have a collector who placed a delinquency on my credit report without sending a validation letter. Would I have a good case to sue for damages? Jason, a collector, a debt collector, you guys, this is for all of you. A debt collector does not have to send you anything before putting a delinquency on your credit or before they try to sue you for damages, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Say that you owe Macy's and Macy's charged your account off and they then sold your account to LVNV Funding. That's a debt collector. LVNV Funding may or may not put that on your credit that they now have that debt. They should, okay? But if they choose to say, we got this debt and we see you've been trying to get money from them Macy's and you couldn't, and if they wanted to sue, they can. It's nothing that says that they cannot. So I don't think you have a case, Jason. You when the delinquency hit your credit, if you did not do a validation, a debt validation letter, then that's where the misstep was. Anytime something comes on your credit that you don't know what it is, you should be sending the debt collector a debt validation letter. I don't even have to give you that. You could just type that on Google and you'll see tons of samples. Okay. The only thing the letter says is don't call me, don't contact me, don't write me until you verify the debt you say I owe is mine. That is all. And by then, the debt collector will have sent you something. Okay. But they don't have to send you a debt validation letter before they take you to court. And depending on the amount, Jason, I would tell you you should settle, maybe, but that just depends on the amount. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me keep going. So can you apply? All right. So someone says, and that's right. Prayers go out to Miami. So it says you can only apply if you're on Section 8 of Housing Authority. No, Dorian, that's not what I'm saying for the emergency housing voucher. Let's get back to that. Anybody can do it. Anyone who falls into 4 categories: homeless, about to be homeless, recently homeless, which is so stupid because to me that all means homeless, but whatever. So homeless, recently homeless, about to be homeless, or you are fleeing sex trafficking, human trafficking, a domestic violent relationship, sexual assault, or anything like that. Those are the 4 categories that you can use to use the emergency housing voucher. You can't just call and say, I don't like my landlord. I've been waiting on the lottery for Section 8 too long. Can I get on this list? It don't work like that. You got to have one of those 4 categories, and that's what you got to tell them. They may make you verify it. And that is how you get the emergency housing. Okay. Remember, they are trying to eradicate homelessness as much as possible. But I can tell you 72,000 vouchers is not going to do a dang on thing. That's not even the amount of homeless people that's in California. But hey, they're trying. Okay. Someone asked about rental assistance. Well, there is rental assistance. It's called emergency rental assistance. There's 2 emergencies: emergency housing voucher, emergency rental assistance. There's 2 different programs. The emergency rental assistance is the 15-month rental assistance program that they have where you can go to, hold on, let me think. The emergency rental assistance. Okay. The emergency rental assistance is given out by your county government, your local government. If you're in Florida, you can go to ourflorida.com. That is put on by DCF, the same people that give you the food stamps. You can go there and you can look up all your counties and you can find out who in your county is, that you would apply through. If you're not in Florida, I'm going to tell you what you can do. You can go to Google, type in emergency rental assistance, then put treasury.gov all together, not all together one word, but just put emergency rental assistance and then treasury.gov. And it will bring up the Treasury page that has all the states. And you click it open and it'll tell you everything you need to know, where to go. And that is where you apply for your rental assistance. Rental assistance pays out 3 months at a time. So you get 15 months. So that means you can use the program 5 times. They pay back rent. If they pay your back rent and they catch you up and you still don't have a job or you still can't get a job, they will pay rent going forward. Okay. So it's not like you're going to be left out. That you can also use the money for utilities. Back utilities. Okay. So they pay for that as well. All right. So don't miss out on that. All right. Somebody says, Lakeisha says, ask me about a new loan, a new PPP or loan out. No, there's no new PP. There's no new PPP. It is still over for new people. All right. There are still people getting the PPP. There are still people getting emails. So if you're receiving an email saying sign your promissory note or continue your application, continue it. It doesn't hurt anything. That means you got put into the system before May 31st. So as long as you're in the system before May 31st, you have every right to claim the money. Even if you're trying to see if you can get your second draw, do it. There's nothing that says that you can't. You earned it. As long as you were in before the 31st, you should be fine. But remember, on the 30th of this month, SBA says they're not working anymore. I don't believe it, because there's still too many people that have not gotten their money that they're waiting on. But that's just what the SBA says. But y'all know things change all the time. All right. So speaking of change, if you don't know, the eviction moratorium has been extended until July 31st. So you get another 30 days on that. Also, if you already turned in a form to your landlord, you do not have to do a new one. Okay. Once the moratoriums are extended, it's automatic that the one you turned in to them is also extended too. Okay. So you don't have to get a new form. You're fine. All right. Pamela T says, can I become your tax client, please? Absolutely. And if anybody's watching, and you don't have to say anything, but there are people that I get a couple that trickle through the line. If you got a PPP loan and you know your taxes don't match, please do an amendment. Okay. I'd rather you do an amendment and know that you're safe from, or at least you don't have to worry about prosecution, because at least you can go and show someone in writing that, hey, I got the money, but I went back and amended my taxes and fixed the mistake. There are a lot of you that are finding out that you don't know what the person put down on your paperwork. So if you need an amendment so that you can sleep good at night, you're not worried about nobody breathing down your neck, that's what I would do. And please don't think that because people aren't talking about PPP fraud or people going to jail, please don't think that it's over. There is a ongoing spreadsheet that one company has right now. They actually are attorneys and they keep up with all of the I don't want to say lawsuits. They keep up with all of the cases. So people are still going to jail. People are still getting arrested. People are still being investigated. So just because there aren't no memes about it and we done moved on to something else, now everybody talking about the BET Awards. That don't mean the PPP has died, okay? And if y'all watched the BET Awards last night, they were even talking about it on there, okay? So this is not a joke. This is real deal stuff. Go and amend your taxes if you need to, so that you don't have to worry about getting any trouble, okay? And Vaughn says, is this everywhere? Yes, the emergency housing voucher is everywhere. It was in the American Rescue Plan. So if something is put out by the president, it's everywhere. It's not just for just one state, okay? You can't hear me, Natasha. That's not good. Okay, you can't hear me. Okay. Jessica says, my friend wants to know who should opt out of the payments we're getting in July. That's a very, very good question. Okay, if you have a 17-year-old that's going to turn 18 during the 6 months of payout, I would opt out, because what you don't want to get is an overpayment. Okay, if you're somebody that got your Santander repo removed off of your credit, and you're going to get a 1099, I would think about not getting it, getting that money then, because some of you guys like large tax refunds. And if you like a large tax refund and you think you're going to frown, that $1,500 is missing. And that's just per child. That's per child now. And that's just from 6 up to 17. So if you think that $1,500 to $1,800, because that's how much it is, $1,500 for 6 to 17, $1,800 for 5 and below. If that is going to mess up what you normally get, because some people are happy with getting 7, 8, 9,000, and if they drop, and I can tell y'all from this year, when people saw that their 7, 8,000 now was 4 and 5, some of them weren't happy. So if that is going to be you, opt out. Okay, it's if some of you financially can make it without having the money come in, opt out and get a large tax refund. Me personally, I want all my money. I want all my money every time I'm supposed to get it. So I wouldn't wait. But I also don't care if I get a big or a small tax refund. I'm okay if my tax refund is $300 or $3,000, but that's just me. So you have to do what works for your family. But IRS says if you think it's gonna end up in an overpayment, to opt out. And the overpayment means, just like I said, you got a 17-year-old that's gonna turn 18, and the IRS may not stop and they may keep paying. that'll be an overpayment. So when tax time comes, no, you won't have to pay them back, but it will reduce your refund more, okay? Now, I want y'all to remember something. If you get these advanced tax payments, that's one thing coming out of your check before you get it. You got your $1,400 stimulus. It doesn't come out, but it is reported, okay? So you got your $1,400 stimulus, you got to report. You got your advanced child tax credit payments, you got to report. If you got that Santander, a lot of people did get Santander, that's something else you got to report, okay? So you have to think ahead about what you're going to be filing next year. So Jessica, I would tell you to ask her that. If she doesn't have anything that she's going to have to come out of pocket that's already going to make her check smaller, and she feels like, hey, she's okay with her tax refund not being what it normally is, then do it, okay? But if not, I would opt out. A lot of people ask me about kids. Let's talk about the newborn babies. If you had a newborn baby this year, you will be able to add newborn children when the portal opens to add kids. I don't know why IRS is opening the portal a bit by bit by bit, but it's stupid. That's just my opinion. Right now, the only portals that are open is for people who don't file taxes. The non-filer portal is open, and the filers portal is open. But on the filers portal, the only thing you can do is opt out. You can't do anything else, which is crazy. So when it gets to the point where you can update your banking account, where you can update address, add or delete kids, that hasn't opened yet. So we are waiting for that to open. And when it does, I will definitely let you guys know. I will announce it. Absolutely. Okay. Proud Mom says, can I request a voucher outside my state of residence? I like to move closer to my children. That's a good question. So a lot of people have asked me that. This is not that type of program. The only way a voucher gets transferred is if the housing agency or the housing authority doesn't use them all. So if they send 100 to your county and only 75 people use it, then those other 25 are going someplace else where someone else needs it. So there are going to be places that they're going to issue these out that it's not going to be enough. So they are kind of shared. Now, it might be different, Proud Mama, if you were one of those people that you're in a relationship where you might fear for your life, then maybe they may, and you're running from that relationship, you might be able to get something. But I don't think they're going to let you take a voucher from where you are and take it somewhere else. They will probably make you use that voucher elsewhere. So again, if you want to know for sure, you still first got to get on the program. And remember, it opens July 1st. So right now, y'all have to wait a couple days until it opens so that we can actually use it and to see, you know, how it works. Okay. So sorry about that. People calling my phone right now. All right. Can you look up Fayetteville, North Carolina? I can't right now. Look up Fayetteville, North Carolina. But you can go to the HUD Exchange. All you got to do is type in HUD Exchange. And well, matter of fact, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. It's probably a little too difficult. What I would tell you to do is send me an email, Ms. Pig. Okay. Send me an email and I will try to get a screenshot. I don't want 800 of y'all doing that. Okay. But I'll do my best to help you out. Hey, Chantel, how are you? I hope you're doing good. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, so somebody asked about the 1099-G. I cannot believe that some of y'all still don't have that 1099-G. If you are trying to get your 1099-G, your 1099-G is the form you get for your unemployment. It should be right on your homepage. As soon as you log into your account, it should be there. Look into your messages or look into your account. The unemployment office was supposed to mail them out, but they are being, cheap. And so they're doing it online and making you print because they don't want to waste their own paper. If you, so you can get it from there. Now, if you cannot find your 1099-G and you can't get in touch with anybody on the phone, you can call the IRS and you can either call them, which probably would be a waste of time because you're going to be on hold forever, but you can request your transcripts. If you request your transcripts from this year, they will give you everything that they have. So that means if the Department of Labor already reported your earnings from unemployment, it will already be on your IRS transcript. So I will tell you to go and do that if you cannot find it in your on your your portal. Okay. Let's see. What about one-shot deals? I'm on a monthly income. I don't know. What do you mean one-shot deal, Angelica? I apologize. When we go to the HUD exchange, where do we go if we're in Dallas? So if, when you get to the HUD exchange, you want to look for continuum of care. So you can go on HUD exchange, you could type in COC instead of spelling it out. So you can go to COC. It stands for Continuum of Care. That is actually a program. So it's there. I promise you, it is there. It is there. It is there. Okay. And if you watch my TikTok video where I have oh golly, and now I can't even think which video it is. But matter of fact, it says Continuum of Care behind me. The link is in the comments of that video, and it'll take you right to where you need to go, and then you could just click on North Carolina, all right, or Georgia, whatever state you're in. All right, it says I'm catching hell trying to log in for unrolled child tax credit. Yes, that's why I'm telling everybody to go do it, because I've had a lot of people say I cannot log in no matter what I do, and that is possibly an issue. And if you don't get it fixed, you're not going to get any money. So there's no sense of waiting until next week. We want to try to do it now, so you have at least 2 weeks to get somebody on the phone to fix your issue. All right. So again, I would tell everybody to go to the IRS site and try to see if you can get in there. All right. Clara says, I'm in Orange County. What's the website to sign for the rental program? It's not a website. Unless you're talking about the HUD exchange. Okay. Secondary review. Somebody says, what does secondary review mean? So secondary review is what happens when you put in for the PPP and they were gonna process it and something triggered something, and now they're taking another look. Okay. There are some people that are in secondary review and never get out of secondary review. So Lakeisha, I hope that you get out. We only have just maybe 2 days left. I don't know if you've been emailing the bank, but I would to see what is going on. Your secondary review should not take that long, but some people get in secondary review and never get out, unfortunately. When are income taxes coming? Well, Miss Nora, hey, how you doing? I do not know when income taxes are coming for sure, because it's based off of what your situation is. So IRS did start last week processing the income taxes with the unemployment. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you will. And that's about the best answer that I can give everybody, because I can't go in the system and see anything other than what you guys see on where's my refund or get my payment. Okay. All right, let's see. Can I start the process with starting to clear my credit? Yeah, you can start the process to clear your credit anytime. I would love that if everybody would start the process, because why not? It's time to buy houses this year, right? So if you want to start the process to clear your credit, to work on your credit, then all you need to do, you can, at least if you want to do it with me, you need to send me a message on Instagram, and I'll tell you how we can get started. At least let me look at it to see what you got going on, because some people need to file bankruptcy, okay? And that's keeping it real. And then some people don't have to do that at all. They just need to build their score, okay? Okay, ex-girl says, I called today from Henry County, Georgia, and the lady said they was out of money from the grant. Yes, they are out of money for the grant. Which grant? They are not out of the emergency housing voucher, because it hasn't even started yet. I don't think they're going to put that out. As a matter of fact, I find articles in the newspaper talking about emergency housing voucher program for Georgia. It wasn't Henry County. I don't know where Henry County is, but Georgia did get some because I seen the amount that they're giving to certain counties. So the emergency housing voucher they do have. As far as the grant goes, if they're out of funds, that doesn't mean that you completely can't get nothing. You just may have to go through a nonprofit with a homeless nonprofit. Let's see, you could try the emergency housing voucher program. There are a lot of other ways you could do it instead of using the emergency rental assistance. I would be very surprised if your county, if they're really out of that money, because nobody started using it until like a month ago. So I doubt they're out, but that's a line they always say, we're out of money. For the emergency housing. No, they can't be out of money because they haven't even gotten it yet. The program doesn't start till July 1st. So we might have to talk offline about that, because I would probably call in myself, because I don't believe them at all. All right. Are there any PPP loans coming? No PPP loans coming. Does the program exist in Washington, D.C.? Yes, this program is everywhere. Okay, it's all over. New quarter change coming July 1st. That's right. Can you repeat the 15-month rental assistance? 15-month rental assistance, you get it through your county. You can, your county government, you can use it up to 5 times. They come 3 increments at a time, 3 months at a time. You get, and you can use it for utility assistance as well as rental assistance, okay? It says, is it common to be denied EIDL grant based off of credit? The grant wouldn't necessarily deny you. You probably got denied for the loan because of your credit, and then they just did not look at you for the grant because the grant does not check your credit, just the, well, let me take that back. No. Yeah, the grant does not check your credit. The loan does. So if you got denied for the grant and they put that in on a letter, I would love to see a letter saying that you were denied for the grant, the $10,000 EIDL grant, the $5,000 grant. I would love to see that. I have not seen that yet, and that's not even what their paperwork says. Their regulations. It doesn't say that at all. That they look at you on your credit for the grant. So if you have something different, Lisa, please send it to me and let me see what you're talking about. Eric says, I'm trying to get my 1099G. What can I do to get it? I've been waiting on the government to send them. Okay, Eric, I answered that. You can go to IRS and order your transcripts, and you will be able to see it there. Okay, I have a voucher and want first-time home ownership. Awesome, Michelle Burton. How's your credit? Or is your credit ready for a first-time home ownership? If your credit is, then all you got to do is hop down there to a bank. Now, do you have the income? If you don't have the income, because you said you have a voucher, that which means to me possible low income, then you should look at the Habitat housing. See about possibly doing that program to build the house, to get a house that way. But I don't know what your situation is. Again, y'all, you can click the link in the bio. You guys on TikTok, you can schedule a one-on-one. You can also go on that link in the bio and you can ask me questions. So you can get your questions answered. That will be just for you. No answer for nobody else, just for you. Okay, link in the bio. All right, Christopher Troutman says, still have not received my tax return. Have you heard anything? I was on unemployment. You're in that group of people that gotta wait. I don't know why they're doing that, but you're in a group of people that has to wait for the unemployment. And that's anybody. Some people have gotten their tax return, but the majority of people have not. I even have elderly people who we did their taxes for them this year. They still ain't got their taxes and they don't have nothing but Social Security. So just so you guys know, I know you don't like to hear you're not alone, but you are not. Okay, and you are not alone at all. All right. You're welcome, Eric. I hope it helps. Lakeisha, my email is info@shamikasaves.com. info at shamikasaves.com. All right. Kalisa says, what opportunities they have for small business? That is too broad of a question, Kalisa. I mean, they got a lot of opportunities. What opportunity are you looking for? What are you trying to do? You got to come with a more specific question, and then I can give you a better answer. That's a bit broad. Okay. All right. I'm looking at y'all comments. I'm just scrolling through to see if I have any questions. Do you do taxes for folks out of state? Yes, I do. I even do credit repair for people out of the country. Okay. So I got a couple Canadian clients who need their credit done. They have bankruptcies they need removed. And so although the laws are not the same, they're not that much different. But so yes, I can do taxes for anybody. Especially when you're working with the IRS, they don't care. They just want them to be done. All right. So Kalisa, you got to give me a little more of a guided questions and tell me what you're looking for, and then we can go from there. Thank you, Deanne. I forgot about that. Yeah, Deanne said they have USDA has a housing program too, and that's for the individual that was asking about the housing. Okay, and I can tell you for Michelle Burton. So you can look up USDA. I personally, my mom has a mortgage through them, and I don't like it. I probably should make a video on that instead of telling y'all. I personally don't like it. You know, my mom's at the point now where she's about to pay the house off, but because the USDA subsidizes your rent or your mortgage, if you want to pay your house off, they want to see how much of that subsidy that they paid for you, do they want you to pay back? And it's like, but I lived in my house 30 years. So anyway, I don't think it's an awesome program. The traditional FHA programs are just fine, or VA, they're just fine too. I wouldn't mess with the USDA personally. And USDA has never really done housing, okay? I know nobody on here has asked anyone on here that has a mortgage, actually. So, and I got prepared for you guys. So if you're a landlord, or you're not a landlord and you live in a house and you want to know if there's anything out there for you, because I know y'all been feeling left behind. They finally done came out with some programs for mortgage, homeowners. So if you're a homeowner, what the HUD is saying is to call your bank, who you got your mortgage through, to see if they have any type of forbearance or hardship program. That's first. If you have exhausted all the programs that you possibly can, they have I want to say it's like a refinance. They don't call it a refinance. They call it a home equity conversion mortgage. And pretty much what they're going to do is they're going to take all of your payments that you're behind and they're going to put it in the rear. Okay. And they're going to re-amortize your mortgage loan, and it will help you so that you don't lose your home, but it'll also keep you so that you're not 4 and 5 and 6 months behind. Okay. So if you are a homeowner and you're watching, and I know I probably, and I hope that everybody's watching will be a homeowner, they do have a home equity conversion mortgage that it just got extended. And then they also have a mortgage fund where you can go and try to get financial assistance. I'm gonna do probably a video and make something for TikTok, because that's probably gonna be too much to talk about here. But they're trying to do something for you guys, but not too much, okay? It says my lashes on point. Thank you. I bought these from Amazon. I got to use them because I bought them and they're too long, but I'm like, I'm going to use them before they go out. All right. But, because I ain't throwing them away. Okay. So Clara says, I'm just getting on here. I heard you say about the rental help. If you're about to be homeless, is a Section 8 for the emergency housing. I'm in Orange County. Clara. No, it's for anybody for the emergency housing voucher, but you do have to be homeless, about to be homeless, getting recently homeless, or escaping a very, very bad relationship and or human or sex trafficking. You can get assistance, but you can go to your local homeless shelter and see if they're working in partnership with the housing authority. Actually, what I think I'm going to do, because this might just be, I don't even know where I should leave this link for you guys. I really want to leave a link somewhere, but I'm just not sure where to leave it that you guys will be able to get it. So if somebody comes up with a good idea, let me know, and I'll put that link out so that you can go and see who your provider is in your area. That's one thing I don't have, is a good place to send you guys link, or a good place to post a link, because I get 800 messages and then I can't answer them all. So if y'all think of something, let me know, and I will put that out for you guys. Okay. All right. How do I get the emergency help? They keep telling me they don't have it. Well, where are you, Carla, that they keep telling you that? Can you answer this question? My husband had this business since 2019 and having trouble getting funds. Okay, Angela. So if you're having trouble getting funds, where did you apply? So these are the kind of questions. It's too hard to do it here through TikTok, because we can't talk back and forth. But I don't know where your credit is. Did you apply for the SBA loan? Did you try to do anything for the PPP at the time? Especially since he had a business since 2019. He should have. All right, Kalisa says, grants for small businesses, are they still available? The only grant right now is the EIDL. There is not much else. The micro grants they're not talking about them yet, so I'm not going to talk about them. Siobhan Thomas, you are very welcome. Siobhan says, thank you so much for building my credit. You're truly amazing. I appreciate that, Siobhan. It takes a while and it can be frustrating. Okay, I can tell you that. Sometimes it's even frustrating to me because I want everybody to have A1 credit. So I mean, you're not dealing with somebody who just wants to take your money. I actually want to see you succeed. So thank you very much for even working with me. I appreciate that. All right. It says, what about the Santander lawsuit? Can I be added? No, you cannot be added to the class action lawsuit. You are automatically added if you got a letter in the mail, or if you got a check, or if you see that it's been taken off of your credit report. You can't add yourself. It's only certain people that, I guess you fall into a certain time span. It's a lot of people in it, but you wouldn't put yourself in. They would tell you that you're in. Lisa says, what if the landlord tries to do the application and keep telling him it's wrong? I'm assuming you're talking about the rental application. If you're doing a rental application, both of you guys should be filling out that application and not separately. You should be filling that application out together. If they keep telling him it's wrong, I would say you fill it out and you tell them where they need to fill out so that you can get your money. Because the more he keeps messing up, the longer it takes for him to get his rent. How do I add my other child to the portal? It's not open yet to add. It will be. And when it is, I will post, but it is not open yet for that. Okay. Dana, I do have a question. Kids' information got stolen at school and mine got stolen at the eye doctor's office. What do I do? Well, damn, Dana, what you was doing, girl? All right. Well, do you have proof it was stolen? Do you have any changes on your credit? If it got stolen at school and the eye doctor's office, that sounds like some theft. Did you call the police? Because that's what you want. Let me tell you, that police report is gold. So if you lost your IDs and stuff, go get a police report, get another one so that you can get these things for free. You don't have to pay for them again. And you may not, well, Dana, you probably filed your taxes in 2020. You should be okay for the money, for the advanced tax credits. But I would file a police report, but you got to have proof. You got to show them something. Something had been done for them to issue you one. For like identity theft. As far as your kids' information being stolen, depending on how it was stolen, you may have to pay for that. But yours getting stolen at an eye doctor's office, sounds like somebody stole that, Dana. So sorry to hear that happen, but I would call the police and then from there go and get you some new IDs. Okay. Thank you, Pretty Pink. I appreciate you for watching. It says, how do I, okay, I answered that. Okay, I think I filled out, but I haven't heard anything. So if you're talking about the EIDL grant, it can take up to 90 days or more, okay? So you got to give it some time. Yes, Budget Queen, I am in Florida. Like Charlemagne says, it's where all the crazy people live. So yes, I am here in Florida, okay? Lisa Courtney says, I've done my part of application, but landlord can't get his part sent to him correctly. Can you send? The application you log into a portal. It should not be a paper application. If you're talking about rental assistance, that should be a paper application. It should not be anything that you have to send in, Lisa. Alicia says, hello, what is the link for people that has not received any of the stimulus payments? If you haven't received any of your stimulus payments, then there ain't no link. You need to go and find you a tax preparer. You can call me, but you need to get your taxes done. Because if you ain't got none of the payments, that's why. But if you have not gotten them and you did file, Aisha, then you need to go to where's my refund for your $1,200 and $600, and then you need to go to get my payment for the $1,400. Okay, so for the $1,200 and $600, I'm gonna say it again. You need to go to where's my refund, and for the $1,400, you need to go to get my payment. Okay, Dana, it happened just like it by the doctor. The kids on the medical papers, they stole their name, social security number. That is so crazy. I would call the police, Dana. I mean, most of us don't really care to deal with the police officers unless we have to, but that's one time that I would use them because I'm not trying to go down to the DMV and wait and have to pay all that money for something somebody stole from me. So get that police report so you can go and get all those things for the free. Okay, and we like free over here. All right. I know he doesn't want the payment. I'm asking what happens to me if refused. Will I be evicted? If he doesn't want the money, will you be evicted from your apartment? Okay, it depends on some things. What's your lease like? Month to month, or is it or do you have a year to year lease? If it's month to month, then yeah, he can evict you But did you turn in the CDC eviction moratorium form? He still can attempt to evict you, but it slows it down. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that if they're going to evict you, they're going to do it anyway. That doesn't mean they're going to be successful. Eviction means they're just starting the process of paperwork. You don't get evicted until the court say you got to go. Okay, that's the only time the sheriff can come and make you go. Other than that, you straight. Okay, but y'all got to respond when you get stuff from the court. You absolutely got to respond, because if you don't respond, then you letting them win. You could do you could turn in the CDC eviction moratorium form to slow the process down. You can also do what is called a proof of rent. So if they're saying that they owe you money, and even though you may know that you owe money, you can slow it down by doing a proof of rent. The courts will make them verify what you owe, and that could take a little bit of time. Because, you know, they got to get it back to the judge. They got to review it, got to do all that. So that's at least possible 30 days wait. Okay. So you can do one of those two things to slow down the eviction. It says website to take the first time home buyers class. I'm ready. Thanks to you. Woo, woo. Okay. So there is no website for the first time home buyers class, Siobhan, because there's a bunch of different ones. Okay. If you're local here to Brevard, you can go to community housing. You can go to our local community housing office right on University, and they have a class. You can also go to NACA. This is for any of you guys, NACA.com. They give a first-time homebuyers class to everybody. They look at your credit. They assign you a like a caseworker. And if your credit is good, you can get into a house in 90 days. You can't beat that, and no money down. So you can do the NACA program, NACA.com. Or you can go, if you're here, Siobhan, to Community Housing Initiative right in Melbourne, okay? They have a class. But there are lots of homebuyer classes, and not every homebuyer program requires you to take the class, but a lot of them do, okay? All right, Aisha, I will be definitely reaching out to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do. Carlo Dean said, hello, my husband applied for EIDL and didn't put the correct amount of money he made. Is there any way he can go back on his application and put the right amount? The loan is being processed. No. What's going to happen is you're going to be denied. You're going to be denied the loan, and then you're going to have to do a reconsideration. So, and I'll give you an example. For me, I already knew when I did the grant that I did not live in a low income area, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just roll the dice and let me see. So I did it. I knew I was going to be denied. Once they denied me, and they send you the email, that little letter from the Small Business Administration, and they always put the reason you're denied in bold black letters. Once you find out why you were denied, just email the email address that's on the paper and just respond to that and say, my application is this, or my name is this, and my application was denied because of, and you could put the same reason that they got, and you could just say what your explanation is. I put the information in wrong. May I, can I, I would like to reapply. Normally, Carla, I would say you could call and they would open it up for you, but they stopped doing that. So now you're going to have to do a reconsideration and wait for them to open the application for you. Then you can go in there and put the right numbers. But I'm going to tell you right now, if the numbers on your EIDL application don't match your taxes, you will be denied and you won't get any money. All right. So they have to be the same. Because now they're actually looking. So they're going to make a decision pretty fast if you're already being processed. Okay. They have 7 days to make a decision. It says, I got a letter from the apartment complex, one of the HUD apartment. It says they put me on the waiting list. Congratulations. Okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm thinking I know more people got a letter. So thank you, Angela, for verifying that. So there are other people receiving letters. So some people are just automatically receiving the letter. I don't know how they select you guys. But if you want to get on that emergency housing voucher program, you're going to have to contact somebody else to get on it. Now I'm going to tell you what somebody did. I'm going to say their name, but they looked at another person's letter. So Angela, if you have a friend in your area and they need housing and they did not get a letter, what somebody I know did was they replied just as if they received the letter, and they got an application to get on the program, and they were never invited. So you might be able to do it that way. If you know somebody that got a letter and it gives the instructions of how to opt in to do the emergency housing voucher, Just put yourself on the list like this person did. They got a whole application after they said, I'm homeless. The housing authority sent them an application, and now they're on the real wait list. Okay. So it's lots of ways around it. All you got to do is roll the dice to see which one's going to work. Something got to stick. Okay. Maurice says, thanks for the information. I was able to opt out of the child credit advance. Awesome. I'm glad. You're going to have a nice fat tax return because you're getting a little extra money. And just so you guys know, if anybody's watching that does not work, you can still file taxes and get your earned income tax. You can still get your child tax credit. All right. So there's no reason why you can't. You still can get it. All right. Okay. Let me look at this because there's a whole lot that you put on here. And I'll be having to make sure there's don't be no spam. So Linda, you gotta excuse me. Oh yeah, I ain't putting that up. But thank you for wasting. You didn't have to put all that, but we're not putting up no witchcraft on this page, okay? Because we believe in the Lord over here. All right, let's keep going. What are we talking about? I just joined. We talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay, so before I end this, I'm gonna end this for my Facebook and my I'm gonna end this for my Facebook and my YouTube people. I don't like to keep y'all no more than an hour. If you want to, I'm gonna stay on here for TikTok because I got a whole bunch of more messages that I did not go through. So I know y'all probably not gonna hear, but if you got TikTok, you could just go over there and come on and get on here and watch. So I'm gonna transfer over here, but I'm gonna let you guys go who are on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate it. Let me make sure I got no messages before I let you guys go. Nope, I don't. And again, let me put my little thing up real fast. So y'all know I'm going to continue to do this on Mondays. I appreciate it. I just knew y'all were going to hit me with some questions today. I had all my notes and everything. I was ready for y'all, but it's okay. So that tells me I'm doing my job. So that's great. So you can book me right here if you're on YouTube or Facebook. If you guys on TikTok, you can go to the link in the bio. But this is how you do it one-on-one. You can also go here to the same website is where you can ask me the questions, and I make you a personalized video and I send it to you with your answer, okay? Because I cannot answer all the messages in my inbox anymore. I'm very happy to say that, okay? So happy Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Not you guys on TikTok, just a second. But you guys here on Facebook, YouTube, again, y'all can always come to TikTok if you want. And thank y'all for tuning in. And Dana says, what does it mean if you get SSI? Do you still opt out? Yeah, you can opt out if you want to, Dana. If you file taxes and you have kids, you can opt out if you don't want it, or you can just wait and get your money next year at tax time. Okay. So y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. And thank y'all for sticking with me for this whole hour. All right. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.